is unclear at present. Mid-November at some point, and just finished raining for about 4 days, so the roads are and parking lot's a little bit wet, but we're here. It's going to dry off and be a beautiful day. We're looking forward to our practice session number 14. Is that right? Just setting up the cones. We got some. I think we have some visitors coming today to participate and to take some footage. Local newspaper. So we're excited. Adds a fun dimension of fun to it.
A little chaos going over there at the bank.
Yeah.
The parking lot's pretty dry, so we're good to go. We thought it was going to be rainy today. We held off, but it didn't. And so we're going to practice rain or clouds.
Just after 9, it's probably 9:15, and the temperature's about 75.
Glorious, glorious temperature.
Months we've been waiting for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set up. All right, so my camera ran out of size or disk space, whatever, and so it chopped off the last half of that exercise, which was number 3. So we missed our trust and believe, and I have to do it again. All right, no problem. Mike had a really good one, not on film. So we're gonna video again before we complete exercise 4. We're gonna do exercise 3 again. So here we go, and hopefully my camera stays going and there's enough room because I deleted some stuff.
We're doing our left-hand turns and my many things to work on, but one of the big things to work on is my head and eyes. So in the teaching, the technique that Robert teaches, head and eyes has to go first. Right? I feel like I do that well in the street, you know, sweeping the road, making sure you're like head out in front before you go, for obvious reasons, you know, cars and whatnot. But it also has a lot to do with where the bike goes, right? Where you look, the bike goes where you look. So I'm goofing, we're just doing a bunch of left-hand turns. It's not on video, that's why I'm explaining it. And we're doing, you know, the roll through the left, and I'm just having fun because I got it, right? I mean, I really feel like I got this turn. I'm creeping, I'm doing it real tight, I'm starting like beyond the line, just kind of playing with it, right? And throwing my eyes over, kind of overemphasizing the head and eyes. I'm like pulling my glasses down, you know, looking at the camera, googly eyes, just being all stupid and funny. And then the last one, I really throw my head over, and the effing bike goes right down. Like something happened, and I didn't let the clutch out. So that's the great lesson. Like whatever happened, I was just going so slow. I'm used to creeping, and I threw my head over, hot dogging it, and that was just a little too much for Fred, and he had to teach me a lesson on that. So what's the moral? Stop your goofing around and practice. So lesson learned.
So I was terrible at it. I couldn't get my shit together. I went through the center several times because what I'm trying to do is not stab the brake like he was saying. I stab the brake and it causes the bike to jerk a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is get the smooth press on the brake so it stays constant. So I'm going super slow through the curve, but it's the getting started. It's that that first stab on the brake that I'm doing too hard, and it's throwing my balance off, and then I don't want to make the turn because I don't want to drop my bike. So I go straight out. So I did that a number of times, and then when he dropped his bike, I figured I'd check the camera, make sure it's recording, and it wasn't. So all that is missed. So we do mess up. And,
well, or do we? I mean, there's really no photographic proof that any of that actually happened. So.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we took a really long break because I ran out of space on my phone. So I spent, I don't know, the past hour deleting crap off my phone. So hopefully we can go through these exercises and be recording. That'd be great. left-hand turns were horrible today. Totally in my head. I can't seem to get the bike to turn and get the speed smooth enough with the rear brake. I stab at the rear brake, it makes me jostle a little bit and I go out straight. So I'm gonna see the right-hand turn. I think it's all in my head. My right-hand turns were a lot easier. My left-hand turns were just horrendous. Okay, so now this is the single serpentine. We keep our head and eyes up. We let the bike rock underneath us doing all the work. So we'll see how that works out. So these are the U-turns. We're going to try the 18s, but you know, we leave it there just as a guide for the 18-foot. I'm not killing myself to get an 18-foot, but it would be nice to be able to commit to the lean soon enough and have my head and eyes in the right position and my speed correct so that I can make an 18-footer. So Mike usually can do it. I'm working on it. wasn't so bad. Certainly not as bad as my left and right turns. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the figure eight. Much better. Head and shoulders. All right, exercise 8 is the double offset serpentine, and we are going to see how we fare on this one. snowman, and then it's a wrap. So we had a little bit of sprinkles here and there, but the sky's actually cleared now. It's a little muggy, but weather's better than it has been all summer because it was so hot. So I'll take this any day of the week. Let's see how we work out on the snowman.
right, so that was okay, but I guess I'm getting used to leaning a little bit more and trusting on this one to let it go around. Haven't locked the wheels yet. I think I need to lock the handlebars on some of these exercises to get the feel of it. I just got to get my weight right and the speed right before I do that. Just a little apprehensive, which is why we need to practice. I mean, we've been practicing for a while on all these exercises. Yeah, I'm using a different bike now, but the fundamentals are the same, says Robert, and it's the frequency of the practicing. We really have to keep practicing. I don't know. I don't allow myself to just go out on the road and think that that's enough. If I can't do these exercises, I know that you get one shot to handle a situation that arises that you're not planning on the road. One shot. And if it's not muscle memory to do some of these maneuvers, I'd hate to be the first time I tried it, you know? So get out and practice.
Saying that some days dynamic, it's, I keep saying this, but it's different than athletics. Some days you feel like you got the hot hand and you got the good balance and things are going, and other days not. So today for me was more like a not. Like it was horrible, but I did drop it once, and after that, it's just good practice because you gotta have that last play mentality, get that last play out of your head. Because then when I would do right turns, either the snowman or whatever, or in the double offset, it would be just like this. Like there was a point when I just got a little pucker,
Yeah.
and so I let the clutch out. Just my security blanket is that rear brake, so I know that if I freaking throttle it and jam that rear brake, I'm not gonna fall, right? It's gonna want to come up, but I know that's not the skilled answer. So.
Right. Yeah, I felt unsteady today. I really need to get my positioning on my bike better. I know my handlebars are wide, so I really need to lean forward. The U-turns actually felt the best today. If I can talk about a positive note, the U-turns, I felt like I was getting my head and eyes around, and I was bringing the bike around, and I wasn't worried about dropping it. The double offset, I felt okay, but like slow down my tempo, don't rush through these. This is a big bike, you can't rush this. And then the snowman, I really don't freak out if I hit the cones. I'm really just trying to get the balance right, get the counterbalancing right, the leaning into and my head and eyes and my shoulders, like getting everything around. I haven't locked my handlebars yet on this bike, and I know that when I did the left and right hand turns with my Heritage, and I can just lock my handlebars and go slow and just come right around. And for some reason, I'm a little bit afraid to do that with this one. So lots more practice necessary. So my second practice session, really, second and a half, I did practice with Robert, half the lessons on that Sunday. Lots and lots more practice. And as I said earlier, situations that arise on the road are unplanned. And so if you don't plan for being able to maneuver them with muscle memory in practice sessions, I hate for people to have their first opportunity to try that maneuver out when it means letting the life or death. So come out and practice. Don't fear dropping your bike. We were just talking about that. Like, we should practice dropping the bike gracefully. My camera was full. We didn't even get a whole section of how horrible we were on the left-hand turn. And Mike did drop, and it was very graceful. I mean, it was not like my drop on Sunday with Robert, but just set it down, right? Like, just gently. And we've got the drop guards on. We've got the engine guards on. We've got saddlebag guards on. Everything is protected as long as you don't hang on to the bike. we should get used to dropping it and gracefully dropping it so that you can not fear it so much.
Yeah.
I think it would help.
I was in such a disbelief. It was like it happened in slow motion. You know, like they say those things happen in slow motion. Like I couldn't believe it. Like it couldn't. Like, this can't be happening. I haven't dropped my motorcycle in forever. I mean, 25 years. Like literally, I've not dropped a motorcycle since then. I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe it. And then as soon as it was down, and it was down, you know, resting on the guard, everything I knew about how to pick up a motorcycle went completely out the window. It was like a panic, like it was going to explode if it was there any second longer. Like, you know what I mean? Like it had to get up
Like,
right now.
let me pick my baby up. I'm like, here, Robert said do this.
Yeah, I lost all of that. So it's good practice on picking it up because I clearly picked it up wrong. Probably doing more of that would be dangerous to your back. So good practice on picking up as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back and review Robert's lesson on how to pick up the bike. I know I did it once before. You put one hand here, this hand here, and you just walk into it, and the bike comes right up. And I've done it with my bike. You know, I can't lift 700 or 800 pounds any more than any other woman, and if the bike does, it comes right up. So kudos to Robert again.
Got to be here, obviously.
So we'll be out here again. I think we'll probably practice at least once a weekend. And then we've got another one scheduled for Tuesday.
Well, a big group Tuesday. We'll have 10 coming, probably plus us. So it'll be big.
Next big group on Tuesday. So that'll be fun.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
So till then, stay classy, Sebastian.
Stay classy.